But anyways, speaking about things that like shouldn't exist, the hype house apparently is moving again. Because nobody wants to live next to them, dude. Okay, so the founder came out and said that their address keeps getting leaked, so they have to move. And it's like, then stop making TikToks in the backyard of your house with everything that people can use to find your house.
That's the thing I don't understand about, like, also, like, you know, like Jake Paul and all those people who have their houses, like, become like a place on Google, like a location on Google Maps.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, what do you think is going to happen when you do that kind of thing?
Yeah. Right. They're like, guys, it's not cool to show up. It's like, you guys literally put your address on Google. I'm not saying you should. I agree. Don't show up to anyone's house. That's weird. But, like, it's like, guys, I don't know how our address keeps getting leaked.
Right. Maybe because it's a location on Google Maps and you can look up Hype House and it shows the address.
That's so bad.
And, like, also, you know, I mean, those people, like, make TikToks outside in front of the house and in the backyard where they show so even if they didn't know the address, if somebody's just going by, they can be like, oh, hey, isn't that house and all those Hype House TikToks?
Or, like, we're also talking about houses that are pretty easy to find because they're multi-million-dollar mansions in L.A.
Right.
Yep. And
like
they're pretty, like, distinguished from each other.
They're nothing discreet,
Their pool has
really.
the Hollywood sign, so clearly it's by the Clout House, right? Like, duh. That's just so funny that they're all flabbergasted that it keeps getting leaked.
And I guarantee they're not going to learn from it, and like in 2 months they'll be moving
about
again.
it at all.
No, it's like, yeah, they just don't learn from it. That's the thing about TikTok, people, that blows my mind. They make the same mistake 80 times. Like, it's like, listen, you mess up.
Learn.
Yeah, you mess up, that's cool. But, like, come on. How many times you guys got to do this?
Maybe they're doing it on purpose.
Dude,
you know
they literally are vlogging themselves house hunting for the next Hype House.
Yeah.
Like, they learned nothing. They learned nothing.
Oh, wait, yeah.
They're vlogging it.
The vlog is we found the next Hype
guys,
House.
so we're here at 6283
right,
Porch
like,
Lane.
So this is the address, the street. Would you like to say hi to our neighbors? We're going to knock on their door right now. Just cuts to their front door.
We're going to zoom in on the mailbox and show every outside part of the house so you guys can know exactly what it looks like.
Matter of fact, you know what? Just going to tell you the address right now.
What's even funnier is that he complains about it on social media and then posts his house on social media. Like, I guess they had 100 visitors per day in July, right?
Oh my
and like
God.
people, there's fans blocking the street. They're like parked. Like, dude, listen, maybe after this situation, you would just stop vlogging about your house.
No,
but I feel like it's also a conundrum because like that's the only reason they're famous.
Yeah, it's a weird paradox. It's like,
yeah,
okay, so do either stop making TikToks about your house and fall off, or keep making TikToks about your house and then everybody comes to your house and you can never get any privacy.
Right. And I'm not saying that people should. Like, people should respect your privacy. I agree. Let's just not pretend that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, when your address is public and all your fans are 12 and they're telling their mom and dad, I want to go to the Hype House, please, please. Yeah, guess what? The parents
Also,
probably going to cave.
The parents, like, what are you guys doing? Like,
I don't think like the parents understand what it is. Imagine you're a parent and you look up this location and it pops up on Google. You'd probably assume that it's okay to go, right?
True.
Like, they don't really understand the internet, right? I mean, some of them have to.
Especially if they're, like, near this house, they've got to be, like, old, wealthy people. So they're like, oh, the Hype House, this sounds like an event. So they just fucking go. Now all these
that's also
all these
true.
young
When you
people,
name your house the Hype House, it sounds like a trampoline park or something. Like, it sounds like a cool place to go to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, are some of the parents probably awful? Yeah, but I bet you the kids go, there's this house where all these famous people make videos. Can we go see it? And the parents are like, sure.
Yeah, because
like, you know, like, they don't know any better.
At that point, it's like a tourist attraction. Like, it's like
exactly.
It's not even like they don't even
your
view it as a house
quickly
anymore.
becomes a museum.
Yeah, it's more just like, oh, hey,
I
look,
agree that it
famous
sucks that
here.
people leak it on Google, but like that's why you should really keep it under wraps, bro, because people are gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks, but it's like
this time it comes with it. Just time.
Well, it's like David Dobrik had to move because he was just making videos in his house, and people just figured out where his house was. and like would just kept showing up.
We should probably post the addresses of the Scuffed House everywhere when it happens. Just cause.
Everywhere.
Yeah, just so and then just tell everyone to just like, you're always welcome.
You're always
no,
welcome.
It's not happening.
You can literally spend the night here if you want. We're open rooms.
Dude, it's so like and David Dobrik didn't even mean to show it off. Like I think it's just the reality is once you hit a certain size, you probably just shouldn't make videos in your backyard where people can see where your house is.
Right.
Like it's probably just not a good idea once you get to a certain size.
Anything do behind a wall.
Because when your whole for people like David Dobrik, because like his whole thing is just based on like him and his lifestyle and his friends and all that stuff, and like to try to do that while also keeping like a secret kind of like location is probably really hard.
That's true.
Yeah.
I also feel like a lot of it is now they're moving into like the super gated neighborhoods where like there's a guard at the gate.
See,
and
that's the move. I feel like if you have the kind of money to do that thing, why don't you do that? Like, and you don't want to deal with the fans, but you want to be able to make stuff about your little house. Like, okay, do that, and then nobody can get in. Or make a little.
Well, let's be honest. If you show up to somebody's house, like you can call yourself a fan, but if you really like are a fan of somebody, you should understand why they don't want strangers outside their house.
It comes down to a maturity thing, I think. Like a lot of those kids who are fans of the Hype House probably aren't at the level where they can comprehend that going to somebody's house, even if they're famous, is not okay because it's still their house. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, they probably are just like, oh my god.
Although there is like probably 17 and 18-year-olds that do the same thing and don't realize like that it's bad, or probably do realize that it's bad and do it anyway. But like, you know,
dude, or like I guess there's been this trend recently of people like making videos by like doing stuff at people's houses. Like this guy on TikTok dropped Chipotle off at David Dobrik's house with a drone, and like he was well intentioned. He was just trying to make a video, but like, dog, don't. Come to my house kind of thing, for content.
And then it encourages other people to do the same thing. It's like, okay, hey, now look, I dropped Chipotle off at David Dobrik's house. What are you gonna do? You know? And then before you know, somebody swats David Dobrik and something bad happens. You know what I mean?